Hello everybody, I hope all of you are doing very well. Welcome to the Real Tarot 1123. This video is going to be for my series. It is the Tricky Tuesday video that I am going to be, I'm doing now. This is the Tricky Tuesday video. I'm going to have two views. Of course, this computer that is on my right, I'm going to have that focus downwards so you can see the cards, and of course this big camera is recording me so you can look at me. Having said that, welcome to all my subscribers. Thank you so very much. I really do appreciate you folks, your participations, your generosity, your contributions, your continued encouragement. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so very much. To those of you who may be visiting for the very first time, thank you for stopping by. I hope you choose to stay and subscribe and become a member of the Real Tarot family. And I would encourage you to please hit the bell icon and give me a thumbs up. And of course, always do leave your comments below. I do post videos on a regular basis. I post a week ahead, month ahead, and year ahead videos for all sun signs. I also do live streams. I do classes which are live streams, and on Friday evenings I have Fright Night Friday, which is a live stream, and we start at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. First and third Saturday I have these videos which are like I teach, or rather share my knowledge with regards to things esoteric, and that's at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. And Sundays at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time I have live again. It's called Silver Screen Sundays. I cover a lot of these very interesting cases. I also do tarot reading for a lot of criminal cases. So, and also if you want a personal reading, do get in touch with me. My email address is in the description box. If you email me, I'll tell you all the, or rather give you all the information with regards to the kind of readings I do, how much I charge, etc. So having said all of that, you're still here. So good. Let's get on with it. So today for the Tricky Tuesday, I decided to do this video reading for the Dyatlov Pass, the very unfortunate incident that happened way back when in Russia. And I'm looking at my computer screen so that I can read out that information to you folks. And before I get any further, I want to let you know, disclaimer, this is for entertainment purposes only. These are my observations and my opinions. Please do your own due diligence, do your own research, and form your own conclusions. Okay, so let's take a look. So I'm gonna and of course the Fair Use Copyrights Acts, it's the standard. So this information is of course available for anybody on the internet, Wikipedia. If you Google Dyatlov Pass incident, it gives you like what that is all about. However, I'll read out a little bit for you. It says the Dyatlov Pass incident was an event in which 9 Russian hikers died in the northern Ural Mountains between 1st and 2nd February 1959 in uncertain circumstances. The experienced trekking group from the Ural Polytechnical Institute, led by Igor Dyatlov, had established a camp on the eastern slopes of Kholat-Syakhi. During the night, something caused them to cut their way out of their tent and flee the campsite while inadequately dressed for the heavy snowfall and sub-zero temperatures. Their bodies are subsequently discovered, and investigation by the Soviet authorities determined that six of them had died from hypothermia, while the other 3 had been killed by physical trauma. 1 victim had major skull damage, 2 had severe chest trauma, and another one had a small crack in the skull. 4 of the bodies were found lying in running water in a creek, and 3 of these had soft tissue damage of the head and face. So there's a whole bunch of other information on here. You all can go and look it up. But what I did was I just spent a lot of time, because when I do tarot readings, I also incorporate a little bit of astrology and numerology. So I actually looked at all of the people who are involved in this. So we have Igor Alexievich Dyatlov. He was 23 years old. His birthday is 13th January 1936. He was the one who was leading this group. Yuri Nikolaevich Doroshenko. He was born on 29 January 1938. He was 21 years old. And if I'm not saying the names right, I sincerely apologize. I'm trying my very best. No disrespect to anybody. The third person, Lyudmila Alexandrovna Dubinina. She was born on 12th May 1938. She was 20 years old. Then Georgy Alexiva Krivonishenko. He was born on 7th February 1935. He was 23 years of age. Alexander Sergeyevich Kolivatov. He was born 16th November 1934, 24 years old. Zineda Alexievna Kalmogorovia. She was born on 12th January 1937, 22 years of age. Rustem Vladimirovic Slobodin. He was born on 11th January 1936, 23 years of age. Nikolai Vladimirovic Thibault Brignole. He was born on 5th July 1935, 23 years of age. Semyon Alexievich Zolotaryov. He was born on 2nd February 1921, 38 years of age. He's the oldest of the lot. And the other person who also started it but went on this hike, but the very next day turned around and came back because of health reasons, is Yuri Yefimivovic Yudin. He was born on 19 July 1937, 21 years of age. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people. But Yuri is the only one who turned right around the very next day and came back because he said he had some health conditions and situations. So after 10, 9 continued on the hike. After 9, 2 of them are female. The oldest person in the hike is Semyon, in brackets they have Alexander Alexievich Zolotaryov. He was 38 years old. Everybody else 23, 23, 22, 24, 23, 20, 21, 23. Oh my god, the youngest was only 20 years old, barely out of his teens. Whew. So I did some calculations and there seems to be something which is like kind of glaringly obvious here. And of course, if you give me a second, once I start drawing out the cards, then I will, make sure this camera is focused, at least this computer camera will be focused on the table so you can see the cards. So it's a funny thing. So not funny as in haha, it's an odd thing because Igor is Capricorn, Yuri is Aquarius, Ludmila Taurus, Georgi Aquarius, okay, Alexander Scorpio, Zineda Aquarius, Rustem Aquarius, Nikolai Cancer, Semyon Aquarius, and Yuri who came back, Yuri Yefimovic. There are two Yuris, Yuri Nikolaevich and Yuri Yefimovic. So Yuri Yefimovic is the one who came back. He's a Cancerian. So take a look at this. What are the odds? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the 9 people who are Aquarius, 1 Capricorn, 1 Scorpio, 1 Taurus, okay, and 1 Cancerian. No fire signs. That kind of caught my attention. However, let's kind of figure out what's going on. So I am going to, there's a lot of information I have over here and it's a bit much actually. I don't know why I went to do all this stuff, but I was like, I'm going to do it anyway. So I'm just going to get an overall energy as to what the deal is with this whole situation, because it's like really, really terrible. It's like such a unfortunate, I can't even comprehend, like, of the 10 people, 1 comes back and 9 of them are all dead and gone. There are all a lot of conspiracy theories and, oh, it's a Russian government who off them, and oh, it was a landslide too. Oh, it is a, whatchamacall, those guys, the Yeti, and it was some military experiment or some outer space alien, whatever. But I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know. I just feel so terrible because they are all so young, these people. Oh my God, unbelievable. One of these people are just 20 years. And you know what? January 27th, 1959 is when that was the first day that they actually started the trek Aquarius again. What are the odds? Okay, what are the odds? let me take a look at something else really quick over here, okay, while we are at. Bear with me. This is again not going to be a half-hour video. It's going to be January 27, 1959. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's take a look and see here. I just want to know the planetary positions. I mean, I could go into my software, but that's... January 21st, 1959, it says it's a Virgo moon, waning gibbous moon. Okay. Wow. Well, I'm not going to look any further because it gets super complicated, and I'm like, okay, that might kind of throw us all askew, right? So let's focus on this. These papers are all the calculations I did, so that you all don't need to be seeing. It's just for my reference. So let's get started. So let's get an overall look-see at, you know, that particular day. Let's just do that particular. It's called the Devil's Pass, I believe, the Dyatlov Pass. But one of the guys, the leader of this group, Igor Alexeyevich Dyatlov, his name is Dyatlov, and he was 23 years old or something, just a young kid. Yeah. Just that day in general, just that day, the overall energy for that day in general. January 27th, 1959. Aries and Mercury. And air. Well, Aquarius is an air energy, and that day, January 27th is Aquarius. If your birthday was in January 27, 1959, you'd be an Aquarius. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm going to say it was a pretty I wouldn't say that it was necessarily the ideal day to go on that. I don't think they should have, because I'm seeing Aries, Mercury and air. I do believe that there was some kind of an exchange or argument, or somebody might have been indecisive about, you know, I don't know whether I should go, I don't know whether I shouldn't go, I'm not too sure about it. And there was a little bit of chitter chatter, I feel, as to, you know, is this the right time, should we go? And basically the energy I get is like a little bit of argument, a little bit of stop being a little child, let's get on with it and let's do it. If we don't do it now, when else are we going to do it? But see, with the Mercury, somebody kind of being a little unsure of themselves. I wonder if it was Yuri Yefimovic Yudin. He was the only guy who decided not to go, and the very next day turned around and come back. But there was a little bit of a, you know, that a couple of them had that thing, oh, let's go, let's do it, be strong, you know, that sort of a take charge type of thing. But a couple of them were kind of, you know, I don't know, maybe we should rethink it, maybe. But one person definitely didn't want to go, and that was Yuri. I think he knew the very first day he didn't want to go, but somehow said, okay, fine, I'm not going to be a party pooper, I'll wait, and let's see, and the next day let's turn around and come back. And he did just that. Let me get my other set of cards. Uh-oh, come on. There we go. Very interesting. Very unfortunate. Oh my God, right off the bat, the death card. the Sun card, and the Empress. So what this tells me is definitely it was not necessarily going to be, and see the Death card rules Capricorn, right? And Igor was a Capricorn, right? The Death card or the Devil card, whatever you call it, is a Capricorn card, and Igor is a Capricorn. So I'm going to say if he's a Capricorn, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8th house, and then 3 is ruled by Venus. I'm going to say that there was a little bit of, I think there was something about this group, this endeavor, this expedition that Igor knew about, but he didn't want to divulge those secrets. Now, listen to me. This happened years and years and years ago. I am not doing this to blame anybody. These people are gone, and it's very unfortunate whenever you lose somebody, you know, for the family members. I'm sure they've struggled with it for years and years and years. So it's really horrible. So I'm not, please don't think I'm blaming Igor, but I do believe there were some secrets he was keeping that he was not willing to divulge. I do not know what it was. There seems to be a little bit of a political agenda as far as this group is concerned. If you go online and look, you can find that for yourself, okay? So, oh yeah, just resting my hand like this. Anywho, then we have the Sun card 19, which is right about Mercury. I'm going to say somebody did kind of highlight the fact, or rather try to shed light on the fact that if you are unsure, if your group is if all of your group is not on the same page, maybe you have to revisit this. Okay, maybe with the Empress card, you know, this card does talk about pregnancy as well. So maybe we should abort this temporarily. Maybe we should wait for a little bit. Pregnancy is waiting period, right? It's wait for a little bit. There was talk about, you know, maybe we should rethink whether this is the right day, right time to do this. But I feel Igor was the one who was like, nope, let's do it. Okay, so that's the overall energy as far as that is concerned. Now what I'm going to do is I'm not going to go into the speculation and conspiracy theories. I'm not doing none of that. I'm just going to do one by one. So I'm going to start from the bottom. Let's do Yuri Yefimovic Yudin, who was born on 19th July 1937. He's a Cancerian male, right? He's the one who turned around and came back. 22 years, I think, right? Because this was 59, yeah, so 22 years. Yeah, so let's take a look and see, brief read for Yuri. Oh shoot, what did I do for my cards? Bungled them up, I suppose. Huh, how did that happen? Okay. See about Yuri. He's a Cancerian. Let's see what cards, because based on my calculations, 10 and 9 are the houses numbers that I get. So if he's a Cancerian, his 10th house is going to be Aries. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. 10th house is Aries and 9th house is Pisces. So 10th house talks about career, reputation, morals and life goals. 9th house talks about, you know, travel, higher education, intellect, father, and that sort of stuff. So let's see for Yuri. What do we have for Yuri, being a Cancerian? Pisces. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. 9th house is Pisces for him. Yes, because we have 9 and 10. So Yuri, what's going on with you, buddy, with your 9th house? Right, let's see if an Aries card comes out of Mars. Mercury. Okay, interesting that the first read we had Mercury, right? So when we talk about 9th house, it does talk about, like, you know, distant travel, intellect, etc. But I also feel Yuri was influenced by his father. I do believe his father must have said, no, you need to come back. I do believe that's the reason why he turned around and he came back. Yes, his health might have been thing, but his father put his foot down and said no. I do believe also with the Mercury card over there, he was 9th house. See, again it comes to 9th house. I do believe his father was instrumental in making him turn around and come back. He would have perished otherwise, because he would not have been able to withstand the trek. But that is what saved his life. He was a little bit upset. He was very, what's the word? Vacillating on, you know what, I'm going to go, I want to go, I can make it, but no, I'm glad he turned around and came back. His life was saved. I'm also going to go so far as to say that as he got on with age, I do believe he might have had a couple of incidences where there was a serious case of either chemical poisoning or medical poisoning or food poisoning, like serious issues in his life. So like health issues, I don't know, I haven't looked him up. I mean, it took me forever just to do this, and I was like, oh my god, if I start going into each of them, each video will, like 10 people over here, I'll be doing a 10-hour long video, and I'm like, I can't do that, right? As is, we're 20 minutes in and I barely scratched the surface here. So Five of Pentacles, of course Yuri felt left out. He felt like, you know what, the fact that I've turned around and I've come, I'm feeling left out. I feel like I'm not going to be able to contribute. I'm not going to be able to do anything for this cause. I do believe there was a political agenda. I do believe that he definitely felt very much left out. And Queen of Pentacles, I wouldn't be surprised if at some point in time he did reach out to somebody who had that stability, had that ability to domestic, like his mom, right? Reached out to her and say, hey, what do I do? How do I go about it? I'm really struggling with this, because, think about it, those days, traditional gender roles, be it a patriarchal family or matriarchal family, I don't know. So he must have had a little bit of parting of ways from his father because he felt bad. And then he has his Two of Swords, and the Two of Swords talks about compromising or making a decision, right? What is that about? Just go on with life saying that, look, I was saved for a reason. I'm glad I turned around, not complain about it, and go on to live a happy life. So I think for a period of time he must have struggled with that, but it is what it is, right? So I don't know how he might have felt. I don't even know if he's still alive. I don't know, because if he was born in 1937, that makes him how old now? I can't even do the math, like 90 something odd years. Anywho, then let's take a look at Semyon Alexievich Zolotaryov. He was born on 2nd February 1921. Okay, so let's take a look at him. Y'all, I'm not doing what really happened, tell us what really happened. I'm not doing that. I am just doing this reading for each individual. There will be a time where I will do an in-depth, let's say, well, as I say, a deep dive into, I hate using those words, but anyway, and doing a reading, like what could have transpired, what might have happened, what I think, in my opinion, is a real cause for their demise. Is it geographical? I mean, weather? Is it some other weird stuff? We'll find out at a later time. So Semyon Zolotaryov. So for him, 8,000, 7,000. He is in Aquarius. So Aquarius, 8 houses, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Virgo, and 7th house is Leo. I wouldn't be surprised if that Mercury card pops up for every one of them. I really wouldn't be surprised. Venus and Pisces. Oh, see, Pisces came out for the other one too, didn't it? Yeah. So if he's a Aquarius, right? 7,000, 8,000. Well, let's say Pisces, Aquarius. Pisces is his second house. It's all about values, talents, possessions, ability to earn income, etc. Let's talk about Venus. Venus is Taurus. So second, third, fourth house. Fourth house does talk about emotions and all that sort of a stuff. Let's take a look. Oh wow, interesting that there is a common thread here. I was thinking the Mercury card, but look, Pisces has showed up. So let's take a look. And he's Aquarius too. 7th and 8th house. 7th house talks about friends, contracts, relationships, and marriage. 8th house talks about will, secrets, death, finances, that sort of a stuff. I don't know if Semyon had a soft spot for one of the ladies who was in the team. I wouldn't be surprised. You have the Hangman, state of limbo, and you have 5. Okay, 5 is the Hierophant, is Taurus energy. So the Hangman talks about being forced to look at things from a different perspective, or waiting in limbo. I wouldn't be surprised if I don't know how much information they have, but for him, I would be surprised that he was waiting for some sort of a decision. I wouldn't be surprised if he really had a soft spot for one of the girls who was in the team. And with 5, it is a Taurus card. It talks about mercy, compassion, need for approval, mind, body and spirit, that sort of a stuff. But I wouldn't be surprised if it isn't one of the girls, whether he was going to come back and propose to somebody else. There's something like that going on with him. So let's take a look, okay? Just doing that, y'all, I got drained. I mean, it was like so much. Wait, let me bring this forward so you can see, right? Oh, the moon card in the reverse. And then he has Two of Swords. Two of Swords also came in the last one. And Ten of Cups. This too came in the last one, right? Two of Swords and Ten of Cups. So the moon card in the reverse. Oh, am I ruining my thing? Moon card in the reverse shows that, oh my God, I did. It shows that, if anything was hidden, if he had any doubt with, or any kind of, I'm not so sure about this, proposing or whatever, all that was removed. All doubt was removed. And with the Two of Swords, it does talk about, weighing the options and trying to compromise and make a decision. And he, I think, had made up his mind, because he had made up his mind to have that happy ever after. How funny. Y'all, this is so weird, because Pisces, I was thinking the Mercury card will show up, but Pisces showed up and these two cards showed up too. So let's keep an eye out for that. I'm probably going to have to watch this video again myself once it's done. So then let's take a look at Nikolai Vladimirovic Thibault Brignole. He is a Cancerian. His birthday was 5th July 1935. Yeah. Just too young, too young, too young. Too young. Taurus. Oh, didn't Taurus pop up too? Sagittarius. Well, interesting. So he's an Aquarius, right? So for him, the 4th house and the 7th house. So for Aquarius, 4th house is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 Taurus, and 7th house is going to be for Leo. Okay, so 4th house talks about emotions and family roots, etc., and 7th house talks about friends, contracts, partners, relationships. But he also has Sagittarius over here, which is Jupiter. Okay, so he is an no, he's a Cancerian. I do apologize. I am so sorry. Let's back up. For him, the 2nd and 3rd house are active. Okay, so I'm sorry. Let's take that back. So Nikolai Vladimirovic Thibault Brignole is a Cancerian. He was born on 5th July 1935. His house actives are 2nd and 3rd house. So if he's a Cancerian, his 2nd house is Leo and 3rd house is Virgo. So 2nd house talks about values, talents, possessions and ability to earn income. 3rd house, immediate environment and short trips. So if he's a Cancerian, he has Taurus and Sagittarius. So Taurus is his 11th house, correct? And Sagittarius is 6th house. So 6th house talks about work, health, discipline and habits, and 11th house talks about like-minded people, groups and friends. I would say this person was very much all about his friends, and I would say that this person was also quite conscious about physical fitness, etc. That's what I'm going to say for this guy. He was all about physical fitness and that sort of a thing. I'm also going to say that this was a person who was, he had that feisty energy, and yet that calm, that responsibility. And yet there was a certain dreamy state to him, right? He had that dreamy aspect to his character as well. Oh, shoot. Let me move this over. I keep forgetting. There. Well. There. 5. This guy is also popping up regularly. Taurus and Taurus, okay? And then we have the Wheel of Fortune, which is ruled by Jupiter, and Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. Very interesting, very interesting. So the 5 card, I would say, I wouldn't be surprised if this individual, Nikolai Thibault Brignole, I wouldn't be surprised if he realized soon enough when the catastrophe hit the first time that, oh, this was a bad decision. but somehow, like, you know, if they might have had conversations and he's like, it's okay, don't worry about it, let's try to find a way out of this. And with the Wheel of Fortune, he was all about finding a way out. Let's find a way out and get out of here. Let's not worry about why we came, and no need for any apologies, but let's find a way and get out of here. So that Jupiterian Sagittarius, like, take action, that fiery fiesta, let's go, let's, you know, don't waste time, let's just go and find a way out of here. That, I think, was his reaction. And it also, they were quite surprised in the team to really see this side of his nature, because they always thought he was a dreamy kind of a person, and now to see this aspect of him where he had the ability to take charge and to lead, they were quite surprised. So let's see what else we have. King of Pentacles. See, there's so much of earth energy here for him. I do believe he was the kind of person who had the ability to make those decisions, and I do believe this person might have had some knowledge about, you know, avalanches and geography and altitude, like some kind of a climate thing. That knowledge, I do believe he did have some, whether he studied it, whether he naturally was quite whatever, I don't know, he had an affinity for nature and weather and that sort of a thing. I do believe he had some knowledge about that kind of stuff. Computer, don't, yeah, I'm taking these. Well, I will take them all. Then we have the Queen of Cups. A lot of emotions, obviously. Knight of Cups, oh my goodness, and Two of Cups. He's a Cancer, and see all the cups cards coming, so let's take it from the top. The Queen of Cups does talk about having that ability to provide that support. He was very, very supportive of the team. Knight of Cups does tell me that he did come up with some proposals as to how to get out of the situation. And Two of Cups tells me that they were choices. He said, these are our options, these are our choices. We have to divvy up, we have to take responsibility, we have to multitask and then make a decision and get going. That, I think, was his thing. I'm going to say they were quite surprised, because I don't think any of them realized that how smart this young man was, or that he had the ability. They always might have thought he is, you know, one of those very quiet people and, oh, you know, that sort of a thing. But he really had the ability and the capacity to take action. Next, we have Rustem Vladimirovic Slobodin. He was born on 11 January 1936, literally 23 years old. Again, an Aquarius. For him, 4,000, 7,000. So he's an Aquarius. 4,000 is 1, 2, 3, 4 Taurus, and 7,000 is Leo. Taurus and Leo, 4,000, 7,000. So let's take a look. 4,000 is your emotions, your roots, etc. And see, this whole thing about the friends, that contract, the partnership. There is something deeper to this group having gone there. There was a specific reason why they went. I do believe there is some political angle to this. I do believe so. Leo, what did I say? His 7,000 is Leo, right? If he's an Aquarius, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,000 Leo. And Scorpio. Scorpio is going to be 10,000. So Leo and Scorpio, 7,000, 10,000. 10,000 would talk about reputation for him. I think this young man was all about his reputation. I do believe that he was one of those people who took a lot of pride in his reputation and his name. He I'm literally like ruining this thing over here. This bracelet is kind of annoying me now, y'all. Sorry about that. I have to stop wearing this, but I like it. I like it so much, but I don't know why it's oh, I'm sorry, y'all. Hang on one second, okay? Let me see if I can. Come on, buddy. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. Give me a second, because I probably have to take this to a jeweler and have it fixed, but I don't quite remember. But okay. Wheel of Fortune, and then we have the Moon card, and he is an Aquarius. So with the Wheel of Fortune taking charge under the Leo card, right? I'm going to say this guy definitely, well, let's take a look at it. He is an Aquarius. 7th house. For him, he was all about, I'm not so sure this guy was, I want to say he was almost a little new in the group, right? I don't think he came into the group as far back as the other people, right? I think he's new in the group. There's something quite hidden about this guy. I feel that there is a, with a Scorpio, 1, 2, this guy had some intentions, y'all. I don't know. I'm not. I'm going to say that there was something about him. He had a specific agenda as to why he was joining that trek. I'm not going to take this. I'm not prepared. I'm also going to say there was something about him that was very hidden. Now, I will tell you this though. I'm not calling them names, or I'm not saying they were all addicts or anything. I don't know. But I wouldn't be surprised if this young man actually did have some, I don't know, what did they carry then? Vodka? So he must have been a little like, hey, let's have a drink type of thing. I don't know. Now, but it does show that he does enjoy that, right? And then we have the King of Wands. Right? Four of Wands. Yeah, he was all about celebrating. He was all about, let's have some fun. Oh, a lot of Wands energy. Look at this guy. A lot of Wands energy. He's an Aquarius, but a lot of action. And you have the King of Wands, the Queen of Wands, and the Four of Wands. So I don't know what his deal is. Because King and Wands and Queens of Wands, so King and Queen of Wands, that means people are showing up, right? It talks about King of Wands as being powerful, being charming, having the courage, taking action. And the Queen of Wands says somebody who's self-assured, who is very self-confident, who's not afraid to speak his or her mind. And the Four of Wands does tell us it's all about family and celebrations, etc. So I wouldn't be surprised if maybe after all of this, the thing was he was going to go back home, and there might have been a wedding or a celebration of some sort in the family, whether it was his own or somebody else in the family. I wouldn't be surprised if that was in the cards, like there was some sort of a family celebration or something like that that was already scheduled. So it was like, oh, I'll do this trek and then go back, and then after a few days all that fun stuff is going to happen. So too sad. Then we have Zineda Alexiva Kalmogorovia. This is a lady, and she was born on 12th January 1937, again an Aquarius. So many Aquariuses. For her, 6 and 6. So Aquarius, 6 hours, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cancer. Look at that moon, that Cancer. There's a lot of commonality here. So for her, the 6 hours was all about work, health, discipline, and habit. I would say this lady had very, very, even before I draw the cards, she had very high aspirations in life, I believe. So let's... Libra. Oh, I forgot to show the Libra and the water card. So Libra, she's a Cancerian, right? I'm sorry, she's an Aquarius, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9th house. Libra is the 9th house. 9th house is, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this was, this person was all about, you know, wanting to get ahead in life, being career oriented, wanting to pursue higher education, wanting to travel, that sort of a stuff. But even though she had that Aquarius kind of a, look, I don't know y'all, but I'm sensing she was a good swimmer. I don't know. Somebody has to put it out if they find out that information. But I'm being shown that she's a good swimmer. But for her, it was all about finding the balance. See, there were moments when she went through this very intense, like, this is my goal, this is what I want to do, this is what I do. And then she'd do a switcheroo and she'd be like, oh no, like something else has caught my interest. But whatever that was, whenever she had those moments of squirrel, at the end of the day, her goal was to accomplish something, to go on to become something in life. And she had very, very strong, career goals, if you will. So sad. So sad. The Moon card again. The Chariot card also seems to pop up a lot. Oh my goodness. So the Moon card clearly tells us it's a Cancerian card and she's an Aquarius. So 6th house, right? For her, I said 6 and 6. 6th house, work, health, discipline, and habits. Like I said, she would be very focused and then she would switch. But then she'd come back and she'd be focused again. So she had that I don't want to talk about my goals. I don't want to discuss my goals. I don't want to discuss those things. Those are very personal to me. I don't want to discuss it. That sort of a stuff. And then look at this. She has a Chariot card. Guess who rules the Chariot? This is a Cancer card as well, and it's a Moon card. So again, with the water, look, there's so much moon here. Water, 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 and moon. So this, it talks about maintaining balance. It talks about having the focus, having the attention to detail, like, right? But also bringing in that element of compassion, if you will. So I do believe that she would have been, look, I hate to say this, okay, because I see a 2 or 2. Were there 2 people who were interested in her and she was trying to keep the peace? Not that she was egging them on. I wonder if that was the case though. They did find her very attractive. I haven't seen pictures of any of them, y'all. I wish I had, but I haven't seen pictures of any of them. The Star card, Aquarius card, right? She's showing up in her own reading. Oh my goodness. Absolute, complete feeling like she hit rock bottom, complete ending. I think this one suffered quite a bit. This one did. Finally freedom. Finally freedom. Regret having gone on that trek. With complete regret having gone on that trek. She wanted to be free. She wanted to go back. She wanted to be free. She wanted to be free. She wanted to have that happy ending. She wanted to be free. Very high emotions. 2 of Cups. Expecting a proposal. Maybe there were 2 people who were interested in her, but she was expecting a proposal from one person. This lady, she's going to come back in the next reading. I do believe I'm going to stop because it's getting a little out of control. I want to cover all of them. When I do my in-depth or a deep dive, I'm going to do that for sure. Then let's move on to Alexander Sergeyevich Kolivatov. He is a Scorpio, November 16, 1934. 8th house and 4th house. So for the Scorpio, 4th house is 1, 2, 3, 4 Aquarius. And 8th house is Gemini. There is a thread, y'all. I'm telling you, when I do the deep dive, it's going to be very, very interesting. I'm going to do a whole chart and stuff, and you know, it'll be interesting. Alexander, what you got for me, buddy? Virgo and Leo. Isn't this Leo also popping up quite a bit? So if he is a Scorpio, Leo is his 10th house and Virgo is his 11th house. So 10th house talks about career, reputation, 11th house groups and friends. And he is a Scorpio. I'll tell you one thing about this young man. I'm going to say very intense emotions, intense energies, intense. Hold on, y'all. Let me let this dog in. Otherwise, he's going to keep annoying me by dancing outside. You want to come inside? Come inside, boy. I'm telling you, you are something else, puppy. Have you been sitting outside waiting for Mama to open the door? Huh? All right, baby. Okay. All right, you lay down then. He won't not annoy me. He doesn't annoy me, but he'll do his little dance, you know. And we have wooden floors, so his clippity clop his nails. So baby, you left your bone chew bone outside. You took it outside with you. You know. No, get out of my trash, puppy. Look at this guy. Yeah, this is my Saint Bernard. His name is Bernie. He's about 9.5 years old. I have to do the math. He's my baby. He's my rescue. Look here, baby. Look here. Show your pretty face. Oh, Puka. You're a good boy, baby. Yes, you're a good boy. What you want from me? What you want from me? Oh, Puka, you're going to fall, baby. What do you want? You're not going to get a treat. Hell no. It's not time. What's the time? It's only 7:30. You are not getting a treat right now. Where's your chew bone? Where's your bone? Hang on, you guys. I apologize. Hang on, okay? Back up. Whoa, watch out, kiddo. Let's get you your chew bone. Come here. Oh my goodness.
You got your bone in bed.
Yeah, I know. He's just because I kept it on that thing and he's looking for it, so whatever. He's just being puppy. Oh my goodness! Look, I have to do a reading for it. I have to do a reading. There you go. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, y'all. I had to. He didn't want another chew bone. He wanted a treat, so yeah, I gave him a treat because it's like that. That's how I am. So let's look at this young man, Alexander. Very strong, but I would say he's one of those types who are like, doesn't talk much, is quiet, but yet a very dependable, strong type of a person. You know, speaks only when spoken to type of an individual. But also it's a weird thing. I sense that he has a really great sense of humor. Magician. And look, the Wheel of Fortune is also coming up quite a lot for all of them. So with the Magician, he was a strong-minded person, very masculine, quiet type of person, but very strong, very dependable, very solid as a friend, very keen on, oh my God, look at that. Very keen on somebody who you can depend on, but you wouldn't want to cross him. Fourth house again. Fourth house talks about emotions, home, mother, family, roots. Something about him and his mom. I don't know whether his relationship with his mom was strained or whether his relationship with his mother was very strong, or whether, you know, he didn't have a mom, or whether, you know, very strong. Something about the mother. I don't know. Well, let's see. Feeling left out in the cold. I think he might not have had a mom, or his relationship with his mom might have been estranged. Six of Cups. So maybe he was missing his mom and he was like, you know, I really wish I could go back and make amends with her, or something like that. It's very unfortunate. Oh my goodness. But see, he's a kind of a guy who would nevertheless keep focusing on what needed to be accomplished, and he would go ahead to accomplish it. See, again, 8. So I say the 4th and 8th house for him. 4th house talks about emotions, home, mother, family, roots, and 8th house talks about, you know, will, secrets, death, regeneration, finances, etc. I think I wouldn't be surprised if this was the young man. This is a young man who would be supporting his mother financially as well. So, oh my God, y'all, this is like, okay. So let's do this. Okay. So then we have 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to stop this and I want to record again because I have a feeling this is going to blank out on me. So let's